صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. There's no God but Allah. He has no partner or associate. Allah, for those of you who don't know, is a name of God. God is a nomenclature. This is, this is a podium, but the particular type of podium we don't know. It doesn't have a name. But God has a name. He has a number of names. He has quite a few names. And He has revealed them throughout the ages to mankind. For one reason or another, in the hope that He would communicate with them. And He communicated to them in specific languages, different languages, throughout time. And He says of Himself, He says that the most beautiful names are belonging to Him. And that is of great importance. He says, for Him are the most beautiful names, the most beautiful attributes. Whatever is attributed to Him has to be beautiful, has to be wonderful, has to be magnificent. That is, that He has said of Himself, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا يستوي أصحاب النار وأصحاب الجنة هم الفائزون لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم. He says, Allah is He than whom there is no other God. There's none other than Him to be God. No one is God with Him. There's no evil God, no good God, and no evil God. There's just God. There's only one God. There's not 2, 3, 4, or 5. It's not 100. And there are some places in this world where there are people who have made gods out of everything. Even their private parts are made into deities, and they worship them. And this is in India. And there are in numbers of places of people who are worshiping God, a god of crops. They worship this with the intent of getting their sustenance. He says that there is only one God. So whatever name you're calling upon Him, it should be one of those beautiful names that are belonging to Him. Allah is He than whom there is no other God, the Sovereign, the Holy One. Excuse me. He says, Allah is He than whom there is no other God, who knows all things, both secret and open. He is the witness. He is most gracious and most merciful. Content yourself with thinking about all the bad things that you've done in your life, and subhanAllah. And that He is most gracious, most merciful. He's allowed you to continue to exist, and in spite of your errors in regard to Him, when you were put in this earth for only one reason, and that is to serve and worship Him. It says, Allah is He than whom there is no other God. There is no God, no deity, none to be worshipped other than the God Himself. He is the Sovereign, the Holy One, the source of peace and perfection, the guardian of faith, the preserver of safety, the exalted in might. These are different names of His. The irresistible, the supreme. Glory be to Allah above the partners they attribute to Him. He says of Himself, these are His names. Who are some of His names? He is Allah. He is Allah. And there is none to be worshipped besides Him. Al-Malik, He is the King. Al-Quddus, he is the Holy One. As-Salam, these are all his names. These are some of his names. As-Salam al-Mu'minu, he is the faithful one, the source of faith. Al-Muhaiminu, he is the preserver of safety. Al-Azizul, he is the mighty. Al-Azizul Jabbarul Mutakabbir, he is the exalted. Subhanallah, he is the glory be to him. Amma yushrikun, he is high above all of that which they attribute to him. There are people saying many things about the Creator of the heavens and the earth, but he's telling us that he's high above all of what they say, except that he is the Creator, and he is the one who is the bestower of forms, and he is the artificer, and to him is all of the beautiful names. And he says, so everything is glorifying him in the heavens and the earth, willingly or unwillingly. Everything is glorifying him in the heavens and the earth. And he is Azizul, he is the mighty, and he is El-Hakim. So what does that all have to do with having a baby? We came into this world for a purpose. This purpose is to serve and worship Allah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us this in his book. And this is the Quran. For those of you who do not know, this is the last revelation sent by God to humankind for their development, for their life, so that they'll know what it is that they must do. It is a guidance for mankind. It is a mercy for them. It is knowledge as to how to reach their Creator. And there is no fault in it. Not one dot, not one line has been changed since it was revealed. And there's no other book that has been revealed by the Creator of the heavens and the earth that can make such a claim. Everyone has changed the books. But this has been fixed and is well known. This is a historical fact. This is having to do with what this child is being brought into this life for. When the child is first born, when his first birth, and I trust that this was done, I hope it was, what happens is that we call the adhan in its right ear. And in the left ear, we call the iqama. And now, for you who are not initiated in this and don't know what it is, the adhan is a call to prayer. So why is it that the adhan is called in the ear of the child? Normally, the Prophet ﷺ said, he said that إِذَا قَالَ مُؤَذِّنُ, if you hear the one calling, saying the adhan, say the mu'adhin, saying the adhan, the call to prayer. He says, أَحَدَكُمْ call or qul. He says Allahu Akbar, you say Allahu Akbar. He says Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, you say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. And these are the words that you repeat in the ear of this child. You say to this child, be they male or female, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. These are the first words that they hear. They don't hear from their daddy or their mama saying, oh, I love you, baby. No. They hear Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. That Allah is the most great. Most great. Greater than what? He's greater than you. He's greater than your mother, your father. He's greater than your food, your shelter, your clothing, and the things that you will learn to adore in your life. He's greater than that. He's greater than the difficulties that you will face. He's greater than the joys that you will have. And in fact, he is the provider of all of that. by way of test and trial, and by way of providence. He is the one who gives all of these things to that child, to each one of us. And we have an aim in this life. And that aim is that we serve and worship Allah. The whole purpose, people are seeking this out, and Allah makes it very plain. Everyone is wanting to know what is the purpose of their life.